Love is a complicated thing, especially when someone is trying to hide their feelings. Men, in particular, often struggle to express emotions directly, whether due to fear of rejection, uncertainty about how you feel, or simply because they don't know how to put their emotions into words. But even if he won't say it outright, his actions will always reveal the truth. If a man is falling for you, there will be clear yet subtle signs. Little things he does, often without realizing it, that show just how much he cares. When a guy is developing deep feelings for you, his behavior changes around you. He might not confess his love, but his eyes, body language, and the way he treats you will speak louder than words. Maybe he always remembers small details about you, or he goes out of his way to be around you. He might get nervous in your presence, or subtly try to impress you. These are all signs that he's emotionally invested, even if he hasn't mustered the courage to admit it yet. Men often express love differently than women. Instead of saying, "I like you," they may show it through actions, by prioritizing your happiness, supporting you without expecting anything in return, or protecting you in small but meaningful ways. If he's always checking in on you, making sure you're comfortable, or teasing you in a playful yet affectionate way, these are strong indicators of his hidden feelings. One of the biggest giveaways is his effort. A man who isn't interested won't go out of his way for you. But if he initiates conversations, listens attentively, and makes time for you no matter how busy he is, it's a sign that you mean something special to him. He might not openly declare his love, but his consistent attention and care say more than words ever could. Another major sign is his reaction to other men in your life. If he gets slightly jealous but tries to hide it, or if he suddenly acts a little different when you mention another guy, it's a clear sign that he sees you as more than just a friend. Even if he tries to downplay it, his emotions will show in the way he responds. At the end of the day, love isn't always about grand gestures or dramatic confessions. Sometimes it's in the quiet moments, the way he looks at you when he thinks you're not watching, the way he subtly protects you, or the way he remembers things you never expected him to. These little signs may seem small, but together, they paint a clear picture of his true feelings. If you've been wondering whether a certain man in your life is secretly falling for you, pay close attention to these 12 signs. His words may not tell you everything, but his actions certainly will. 1. He remembers small details about you. When a man is falling for you but isn't ready to say it, one of the biggest signs is that he remembers small details about you. These are not just basic things like your name or birthday, but tiny details that most people would overlook. He pays attention to the little things you say in passing and recalls them later, sometimes even when you've forgotten them yourself. For example, if you once mentioned your favorite coffee order casually and he surprises you with it, that means he's been listening closely. If you told him about a stressful day at work or an important event coming up and he follows up to ask how it went, it's a strong indication that he genuinely cares. These small actions show that he values what you say and holds on to even the seemingly unimportant details because they matter to him, because you matter to him. This also extends to things like your likes and dislikes, your habits, and your little quirks. Maybe he remembers that you always tap your pen when you're deep in thought, that you prefer cold weather over summer, or that you get excited about a particular TV show. He notices these things because he's genuinely interested in you and enjoys learning about you on a deeper level. A man who is not emotionally invested will likely forget small details because they don't hold much significance to him. But when a guy remembers them effortlessly, it's often a subconscious sign of his growing affection. He may not say the words out loud, but his actions, his ability to recall even the smallest things about you, speak volumes about his feelings. 2. He finds excuses to spend time with you. When a man is falling for you but isn't ready to say it, he will often find excuses to spend time with you. He might not openly express his feelings, but his actions will reveal them. Instead of directly asking to see you, he will come up with reasons that make it seem casual or coincidental. For example, he might suddenly develop an interest in something you like, just so he has a reason to be around you. If you mention wanting to try a new restaurant or activity, he might casually suggest going together. If you're working on a project, he might offer to help, even if it's something he wouldn't normally do. These little excuses are his way of being close to you without making it obvious that he has deeper feelings. You may also notice that he lingers longer than necessary. If you're hanging out in a group, he may try to keep the conversation going so he can stay near you. If you bump into each other unexpectedly, he might turn it into an opportunity to spend more time together. Even when he's busy, he somehow makes time for you, showing that you are a priority in his life. Sometimes, he might not even need an excuse. He'll just find reasons to be around you, whether it's asking for your opinion, pretending to need help with something, or just showing up where he knows you'll be. These are all signs that he enjoys your presence and is looking for ways to build a deeper connection with you. Even if he doesn't say it out loud, his constant efforts to be near you speak louder than words. 3. His body language changes around you. When a man is falling for you but won't say it, his body language often gives him away. Even if he tries to hide his feelings, his subconscious actions will reveal how he truly feels when he's around you. One of the biggest signs is that he leans in when talking to you. Whether he's sitting next to you or standing across from you, his body naturally moves closer to yours. This shows he's engaged and drawn to you. If he mirrors your movements, like adjusting his posture when you do or copying small gestures, it's a subconscious sign that he feels connected to you. Another key sign is his eye contact. He may hold your gaze a little longer than usual or glance at you when he thinks you're not looking. If he quickly looks away when you catch him staring, it could mean he's nervous or trying to hide his attraction. Fidgeting is also common. If he plays with his hands, adjusts his shirt, or touches his hair more than usual, it may be because he's nervous or wants to look his best around you. Some guys may also display protective behavior, like placing a hand on your back when walking through a crowd, or positioning themselves between you and any potential discomfort. His facial expressions will also change. When he's around you, he may smile more, even at small things. His face might light up when you enter the room, and his eyebrows may raise slightly when he sees you, a sign of excitement and interest. All these subtle body language cues show that he's feeling something strong for you, even if he's not saying it out loud. His actions will always reveal more than his words. 4. He gets jealous but tries to hide it. When a man is falling for you but won't admit it, jealousy is one of the biggest signs, but he'll try to hide it. He may not openly express his feelings, but his reactions when you talk about or interact with other men can reveal a lot. One of the first signs is a sudden change in his mood. If you mention another guy, even casually, he might become quieter, seem distracted, or even try to change the subject. He may not say anything directly, but you'll notice a shift in his energy. He might even make a subtle negative remark about the guy, or try to downplay him, as if to reassure himself that he's better. His body language can also give him away. He may cross his arms, clench his jaw, or avoid eye contact when he feels jealous. If you're talking to another guy, he might position himself closer to you or suddenly find a reason to join the conversation, making his presence known. Sometimes he'll try to act indifferent, but his actions will contradict his words. He might pretend not to care, but later he could bring up the topic again, asking casual but pointed questions like, "So, do you talk to him often?" Or, "What do you like about him?" This shows he's thinking about it more than he wants to admit. Another sign is when he starts mentioning other women around you, either to test your reaction or to mask his own jealousy. He might do this subconsciously, trying to balance the emotions he's feeling. Even though he tries to hide it, his jealousy is a clear indicator that he sees you as more than just a friend. His emotions are showing, even if his words don't. 5. He supports you without expecting anything in return. When a man is falling for you but won't say it, one of the clearest signs is that he supports you without expecting anything in return. He genuinely cares about your happiness and success, and his actions reflect that. Even if he doesn't openly express his feelings, you'll notice that he is always there for you, whether it's something big or small. If you're stressed about work, he'll offer encouragement. If you need help with something, he'll step in without hesitation. He doesn't do these things because he expects recognition or something in return. He does them simply because he wants to see you happy. Another sign is that he remembers what's important to you and supports your goals. If you have a big exam, a job interview, or a personal challenge, he'll check in to see how it went. He might send you a good luck message or even offer to help you prepare. His support is quiet but constant, showing that he's emotionally invested in your well-being. He also celebrates your achievements with genuine excitement. Whether it's a small win or a major milestone, he'll be proud of you and show it. He won't just say, "That's great," and move on. He'll ask questions, show interest, and truly share in your happiness. What makes this sign special is that he never makes you feel like you owe him anything. Unlike someone who helps with the expectation of something in return, his actions are selfless. He's not keeping score or waiting for you to repay the favor. He just wants to be there for you. Even if he hasn't confessed his feelings, his unwavering support is proof that he cares about you deeply. His love is shown through his actions, not just words. 6. He initiates conversations and keeps them going. When a man is falling for you but won't say it, he will often be the one to start conversations and keep them going. Even if he's shy or reserved, he'll find ways to stay connected with you, whether through texts, calls, or in-person chats. One of the biggest signs is that he doesn't just wait for you to reach out, he takes the initiative. He might text you first, ask about your day, or bring up something you talked about before. His messages aren't just short or generic, they have meaning, showing that he genuinely enjoys talking to you. You'll also notice that he puts effort into keeping the conversation alive. Even if a topic seems to be ending, he'll find a way to continue it, asking follow-up questions, sharing personal stories, or even playfully teasing you. He doesn't want the conversation to die because he enjoys your company, even in simple exchanges. Another sign is that he remembers past conversations and brings them up later. If you once mentioned wanting to visit a certain place or try a new hobby, he might bring it up again and ask if you've done it. This shows he's not just making small talk, he's genuinely interested in you and what matters to you. Even when he's busy, he'll still find time to connect, even if it's just a quick message or a voice note. He values the interaction and makes an effort to stay in touch. A man who isn't interested will keep conversations short and won't go out of his way to continue them. But if he's falling for you, you'll notice that he makes sure the conversation never really ends, because he's always looking for a reason to talk to you again. 7. He looks at you when he thinks you're not noticing. When a man is falling for you but won't say it, his eyes will often give him away. One of the biggest signs is that he looks at you when he thinks you're not noticing. This isn't just a casual glance. It's a subconscious action that reveals his deep interest in you. You might catch him staring at you from across the room, only for him to quickly look away when your eyes meet. This reaction often happens because he's trying to hide his feelings, but his gaze naturally gravitates toward you. If he wasn't interested, he wouldn't be paying such close attention. Another sign is how he watches you when you're engaged in something else, laughing with friends, talking passionately about something you love, or simply being yourself. He enjoys observing you in these moments because he admires you, even if he hasn't found the words to express it. Sometimes his eyes will soften when he looks at you, showing warmth and affection. Even in a group setting, he may subtly glance at you more often than at anyone else. If you're talking, he listens intently, making strong eye contact, as if he's fully absorbed in what you're saying. His gaze may also be protective, subtly checking on you to make sure you're comfortable and safe. Whether it's in a crowded place or just a casual setting, his eyes will naturally seek you out. While he may try to play it cool, his eyes tell the real story. His stolen glances and the way he watches you when he thinks you're unaware are clear indicators that he feels something deep for you, even if he's not ready to say it yet. 8. He gets nervous or fidgety around you. When a man is falling for you but won't say it, he may get nervous or fidgety around you. Even if he usually appears confident and composed, being near you can make him feel a little unsettled. in a way he might not fully understand. His emotions are strong, and his body reacts before his words can. One of the clearest signs is that he fidgets when you're around. He might play with his hands, adjust his clothes, run his fingers through his hair, or tap his foot. These small, restless movements are often subconscious signs of nervous excitement. He wants to impress you, but isn't sure how to act. Another clue is that he sometimes stumbles over his words or loses his train of thought when talking to you. If he usually speaks smoothly, but suddenly starts rambling, hesitating, or over-explaining things, it's likely because he's overthinking his words, afraid of saying the wrong thing in front of you. You may also notice changes in his body language. He might avoid direct eye contact because it makes him too nervous. Or, on the flip side, he may stare a little too long before quickly looking away. If he's holding something, like a pen, phone, or drink, he might grip it tightly or fiddle with it as a way to manage his nervous energy. Blushing, laughing awkwardly, or even sweating slightly can also be signs of nervousness. If you tease him playfully and he reacts with an embarrassed smile or flustered expression, it means your presence affects him more than he lets on. Even if he tries to act cool, his nervous or fidgety behavior is a strong indication that he has feelings for you. He might not be saying it yet, but his body is speaking for him. 9. He prioritizes your happiness over his own. When a man is falling for you but won't say it, one of the most telling signs is that he prioritizes your happiness over his own. Even without saying, "I love you," his actions will show that your well-being matters to him more than anything. You'll notice that he goes out of his way to make sure you're comfortable, happy, and stress-free. If you're having a rough day, he'll check in on you, offer support, or do something small to lift your mood. Whether it's sending you a funny meme, remembering your favorite snack, or just being there to listen, he makes an effort because your happiness genuinely affects him. Sometimes he'll make sacrifices just to see you smile. If you need help with something, he'll rearrange his plans to assist you, even if it's inconvenient for him. If you're excited about something, like a new restaurant, a hobby, or an event, he'll show interest and join in, even if it's not something he'd typically do. His protective side will also show. If he senses you're uncomfortable in a situation, he'll step in to make things easier for you, whether it's offering his jacket when you're cold or making sure you get home safely. Most importantly, he never expects anything in return. He's not doing these things because he wants praise or favors. He does them because seeing you happy makes him happy. Even if he hasn't confessed his feelings, his constant care and consideration are proof that you mean more to him than just a friend. His love may be unspoken, but his selfless actions say it all. 10. He teases you playfully, but in a caring way. When a man is falling for you but won't say it, one of the clearest signs is that he teases you playfully, but always in a caring and affectionate way. This teasing isn't meant to hurt or embarrass you. Instead, it's his way of building a deeper connection and getting closer to you. You might notice that he gives you cute nicknames, playfully mocks something you said, or lightly challenges you in a fun way. He enjoys seeing your reactions, especially if you play along and tease him back. This kind of playful banter helps create a unique bond between you, making interactions more exciting and full of chemistry. At the same time, his teasing never crosses the line into being mean or disrespectful. Even when he jokes around, there's always a level of warmth in his tone, and he makes sure you're enjoying it too. If he ever thinks he went too far, he'll quickly apologize or try to make you laugh again to fix it. His teasing is also a way of testing the waters. He's trying to see how comfortable you are with him and if you respond positively. If you tease him back or laugh along, he'll likely continue because it shows that you're enjoying the dynamic. Sometimes, his teasing will be mixed with compliments. He might jokingly say, "Oh, so you think you're the boss now," while secretly admiring your confidence. Or he might pretend to compete with you in something just to have an excuse to interact with you more. This playful teasing is his way of keeping things light-hearted while still showing interest in you. Even if he doesn't say he likes you outright, The way he engages with you in a fun and affectionate manner makes his feelings clear. 11. He listens to you even when others don't. When a man is falling for you but won't say it, one of the most powerful signs is that he truly listens to you, even when others don't. He's not just hearing your words, he's absorbing them, remembering them, and showing that what you say matters to him. You'll notice that in group conversations, while others may get distracted or talk over you, he stays focused. He maintains eye contact, nods at the right moments, and responds thoughtfully. Even if the topic isn't something he's particularly interested in, he still engages because he values your thoughts and opinions. A big sign that he genuinely listens is when he remembers things you've said, even small details. Maybe you casually mentioned your favorite dessert weeks ago, and he surprises you with it. Or he recalls a stressful situation you were dealing with and checks in later to see how things turned out. These little moments show that he cares on a deeper level. He also picks up on your emotions, even when you don't explicitly express them. If you're feeling down, he'll notice and ask what's wrong. If you're excited about something, he'll share in your enthusiasm. His attentiveness shows that he's emotionally invested in you, even if he hasn't verbalized his feelings yet. Unlike people who listen just to reply, he listens to understand. He doesn't interrupt or dismiss your thoughts. Instead, he encourages you to share more, making you feel heard and valued. His ability to tune into you when others don't is a strong sign that he's falling for you. It's not just about what you say, it's about how much you mean to him. Even if he's not ready to admit it, his undivided attention speaks louder than words. 12. He subtly tries to impress you. When a man is falling for you but won't say it, he will subtly try to impress you in ways that might not always be obvious. He wants to stand out, catch your attention, and make you see him in a positive light, all without making it seem like he's trying too hard. One way he does this is by showcasing his strengths. If he's good at something, whether it's his job, a hobby, or even something as simple as fixing things, he'll find a way to mention or demonstrate it around you. He wants you to notice what he's capable of and admire him for it. Another sign is that he puts extra effort into his appearance when he knows he'll see you. He might dress a little sharper, fix his hair, or wear a nice cologne. All small but intentional details meant to make an impression. Even if he's not overly flashy, he wants to present the best version of himself when he's around you. You might also notice him engaging in light bragging, but in a subtle way. He won't outright boast, but he'll casually drop hints about his achievements, experiences, or skills, hoping you'll be impressed. However, if he really likes you, he'll balance this with humility, not wanting to come across as arrogant. Sometimes, he'll try to impress you through humor or intelligence. He might crack jokes to make you laugh or bring up interesting facts in conversation to show his knowledge. If he notices you admire a certain quality in people, like kindness, ambition, or confidence, he'll naturally highlight those traits in himself when he's around you. Even if he doesn't openly say he's trying to impress you, these subtle efforts are his way of showing that he wants to be someone you admire. His actions reveal his feelings, even if his words don't.